good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to the Dark Match. This is the February 2nd? Yes, the 2nd. The heck was yesterday?
Actually, it's the
The
third.
2nd. Whatever. Point is, it's the Impact show for this week, so maybe if you're a wrestling fan, you should be listening to this. I'm the Lone Warrior.
I'm the match striker of DarkMatch Mega Fighter Free.
I'm Christopher Says Dark Match, now affiliated with TRA Productions, Mastodon of the Monotone.
And I'm your foxy friend Backlash, and these assholes had to wake me up from a perfectly good coma to do this show. Anyways, we begin, as we always begin, with everyone's favorite Iranian. What is Iron Sheik tweeting now? Madonna intelligent Jew. She better be careful. I come on the stage, beat the fuck out of her with the camel clutch on country way.
Well, intelligent converted Jew.
Did Shiki find a new deep end to go off of?
I don't know. This makes even less sense than usual. She's the
think-
intelligent Jew, but he beat the fuck out of her. Those
I
two
think
things
it's
usually
because-
go together with Sheik.
I think, is Madonna doing a show for the Super Bowl?
She's doing the halftime show.
Yep, that
Really?
would explain it.
She's really? Oh, man.
So I guess
that-
tanks like the Black Eyed Peas last year.
Yeah,
She get up on
I
stage,
kind of think it will also.
put her in the camel clutch and make her
I don't think that the football audience is the audience for Madonna. Her immense popularity and status notwithstanding.
What could have been worse? Could have been Nickelback.
Yeah,
humble.
I think that the football audience is that. Sorry to football fans, but I think Nickelback would have an audience.
Anyways, we're here to talk about Impact Wrestling for February 2nd, and this was their big show in the UK. And what the fuck, UK? People say that Canada is WWE's Bizarro Land. You want to see fucking Bizarro Land?
I've never seen a crowd so excited to have fucking Impact.
Yeah, well, if maybe someone on the forums can correct me if I'm wrong, Dennett, someone, Terranage, someone like that. From what I understand, UK the television service that the UK gets has TNA available for free, and you have to pay for the package that gets you WWE shows.
That is how it is.
I also believe that Raw comes on at 5 a.m. over there, so...
Yeah, that's the other problem.
But nonetheless, the crowd is pretty hot. I mean, I can't really complain about that, like in the grand scheme of things.
It's not just that the crowd was hot for all this. They sold out an entire stadium.
Yeah, it made them look kind of legitimate.
Yeah. And but you know what? For as much as the crowd loved the show, this was a really shitty episode of Impact.
Yeah, this did fall flat in a lot of areas. Considering they've had some pretty decent shows, this was not one of them.
Yeah, and it's really they're already on one crutch out the gate because Jeff Hardy, the biggest draw in the company right now, is not allowed to leave the country, so he could not join them on the tour.
And which leads us to our opening promo with Bully Ray and Bobby Roode, who they come out to compliment Bully Ray's calves as they've been doing for God only knows what reason. And the promo basically consists of Bully Ray shouting, "You want Jeff Hardy? Well, you ain't gonna get him." Basically, they put over again the fact that Rude has the it factor. Obviously, that's a nod to the WWE barometers and stuff like that. As many shots as they could take at WWE, they will take. And basically, Bully Ray's his best friend. He's the leader of the me generation. The me generation. Generation me. Oh, forget I said anything. And they demand that James Storm come out right now.
Yeah, I barely paid attention to any of these promos. I suppose he came out after this.
Yeah, he came out and I don't think he even says anything before Sting comes out to join in with everything. And Mike today brings up the random factoid that of Sting beating Vader in the over there 19 years ago, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Continuity!
Who cares?
Not
Not
with their own
TNA
goddamn
continuity.
company, but continuity.
Oh, well, some people would argue about that, them being distinct companies. But nonetheless, yeah, Vader mentioned, Sting comes over and basically gets to Against All Odds. And books the main event. A fatal four-way between Bobby Roode, Bully Ray, James Storm, and Hardy. And the funny thing is, I believe when Sting mentions Jeff Hardy, he mentions like, oh, there's someone who really wants to see you. He name drops Jeff Hardy, and Bully Ray goes, "There is no Jeff Hardy." His reactions as the sort of stooge have been top notch as usual. And when it's announced that they're going to have to be wrestling each other in a fatal four-way, they kind of look at each other and not so much mock like surprise the way DX would do it, just like very over the top sort of thwarted heel kind of thing.
So we do have a fatal four-way for Against All Odds then?
Yes.
Why? Oh my God! It was stretching it when it was a triple threat. Now they're throwing Bully Ray into this for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, well-
actually, there is a storyline they've been putting over that basically, Bully Ray, like obviously he's supporting Bobby Roode. He's putting him over as like the leader of the Me Generation. And he's like, I'm gonna get my title, right, Bobby, right? And he's like, yeah, you're gonna get your title shot.
Not.
That'll probably lead to a face turn unless the rumors of WWE re-signing him are true. But who the fuck knows?
No,
Um,
probably not.
basically, at the end of all this, James Storm says, "You know what? I'm still pissed off, and I still want to beat the hell out of both Bully Ray and Bobby Roode." So Sting says, "Okay, you got him. 2 separate matches, each one of them. Lace up your boots."
Okay, wait. So this was Storm's idea?
Well, just
See,
based on the
I
fact
just
that he,
thought it was. I thought it was something else. I didn't know it was his fucking idea. So Storm's an idiot. Okay.
no, Storm was just like, "I hate both of you, and I want to beat the hell out of both of you." And so Sting, yeah, I guess in a rare kind of, I wouldn't call this like kind of bad heel manager because Storm didn't seem to mind. He was just like, here,
It's
2
bad
matches.
booking though, because we've really wanted to see the epic buildup of James Storm versus Bobby Roode, and it's just being given away for free.
Or at the very least, they could have saved one of the matches for next fucking week. But so we cut backstage, and Garrett Bischoff is walking around.
Now
He's
here's
telling
something.
his.
I didn't know that Garrett Bischoff was even on the UK tour because he's been back in the States doing house shows. Did they just fly
Maybe they
out
flew
just
him in.
this goddamn thing?
Maybe they flew him in from the UK and back, which would mean that they're giving him much better treatment. Probably Eric Bischoff's paying for all his crap.
Oh, I hate this company.
But yeah, basically, they've been hyping the return of Hulk Hogan in the UK tonight, and Garrett Bischoff has been talking about like his mysterious trainer. Guy, it's been it was fucking obvious when like he even announced that he had someone training him, and he was like, "And Eric, or right, and Dad, you'll be really surprised who it is." I fucking knew it was Hulk Hogan. You knew it was Hulk Hogan. Of course, it was Hulk Hogan.
But you know what? We all knew it was Hulk Hogan. But here's the thing. I don't know what channel services you guys have, but out here where I have it, they gave away the surprise in the
Oh no, they did.
info.
No, they kept on hyping him returning like this week, and they thought they would get it over our heads that like, oh yeah, this coincides with the fact that Garrett Bischoff isn't.
No,
It's
but
stupid.
it said right on my TV when I went to Spike TV. It said tonight the epic return of Hulk Hogan right there on my fucking channel before the show
Yeah.
even started.
Not only that, but they showed Hogan backstage, if I'm not mistaken, after a little Garrett Bischoff segment. Like almost, but this is typical TNA. They did this with Mickey James. They did this with RVD. Well, Taz did it with RVD.
Yeah.
They tend to just like come air and reveal who's coming back or who's debuting or whatever, like before he could actually make an entrance. He was like, "Oh, look who's backstage." Yeah, that was
question for you. What were you doing at 420?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't keep secrets, and they should just stop trying. But hey, guys, who's that?
Oh shit! It's Vince Russo!
Because up next, Up next, we have Samoa Joe and Brutus Magnus versus Matt Morgan and Crimson in a Buckingham brawl. Now, the rules of this match is one team gets to have tornado rules while the other has to tag.
That's stupid.
So-
What?
Yeah, trying to understand how stupid this idea is. Our correspondent Ali had the same idea when he was 8.
Yes.
Vince Russo has the booking skills of an 8-year-old.
It's kind of like a half handicap match, I guess. Like, do you want to think of any
It's a
other
stupid
clever
match. Stupid.
yeah, half handicap full stupid?
What
full
the
re-
hell? I don't understand this.
But
And
yeah, and
try to say he's not booking this shit anymore. Bullshit.
I was just discussing. We were watching SmackDown earlier, and sorry, we have to divert this to talk about some better shit. I was thinking about like how there are a lot of WWE themes that I feel like the singer kind of makes it sound like it's the actual wrestler singing it. The same applies with Matt Morgan in Crimson's theme, where it sounds like it actually the guy singing it sounds kind of like Crimson, and that sucks.
That terrifies me. Because you don't want to hear Crimson talk. Why would you want to hear him sing?
Yeah, he sucks. I don't.
Oh, Crimson, you suck at everything you do, even the stuff you're actually not doing.
Didn't he keep on saying how badass it was that he was a Marine, and he was trying to do something funny, and forget about it. They have a match that really, despite Magnus and Joe having the advantage, they win. Excuse that despite. Um, but
Wait, what? That was
they win.
despite having they win despite having the advantage.
I said
Think about that statement you just
I
said.
corrected myself.
It's opposite of Geek Day again in his house.
It's a stupid TNA match. Point is, Morgan goes for the carbon footprint. He misses.
He misses
and-
by a mile. Like he had a full 2 seconds to pull out. I don't know
And
if
he
Joe
failed.
early or if Matt Morgan just sucks that much. I'm gonna go with the latter.
Yeah, let's go with that. So, they hit Joe and Magnus hit their finishing combination thing. I'm not sure what the hell happens, but it ends with Magnus hitting the elbow drop, and they get the win. It was an okay match, but this feud is stupid. Because unless they're going to really make Samoa Joe and Magnus the tag team champions of a pretty much dead division, oh my god, it's the WWE tag team division.
Yeah, but
it
that
kind of
would
sucks that
require
the WWE
taking the
got their
belts off Morgan and Crimson, and they don't want to do that.
You know, all these TNA fanboys out there that like to use the excuse that WWE has no tag team division. Yeah, I'll grant you that one, but look at TNA. They have 2 teams.
Mm.
Technically 3 if you
Well,
want to count ODB and Eric Young, and I don't.
Mexican America is still around, but oh wait, I believe Anarchy is.
Nobody cares
Anarchy
about
is
them.
back in OVW.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much for that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, at least that's over with.
never mind that.
Hooray! It had no satisfying conclusion.
But yeah, here comes Eric Bischoff, and what's basically a promo he cut like 3 weeks ago. He comes out, a fan flips him the bird, and he's like, "Wow, I thought you Brits, I thought you were supposed to be civilized." And it's like Bischoff,
It's British sports fans.
yeah, and well, not only that, but like they are much more lenient in terms of their vulgarities, but they seem to blame us for that.
Hmm.
I mean,
What? We're not going to get into that, though. Let's
no.
not.
But nonetheless, he basically is cuts the same promo he cut 4 weeks ago, where he's like, "My son had this idea that he was going to be a wrestler. He has these goals, but that's all just fantasy." Yeah, yeah. It's Eric interrupts and he says, "Oh, my trainer is gonna shock the world, and he's gonna shock you." And he ain't the shock master, but
Aw.
yeah. No.
Oh, and during this whole thing, the crowd is chanting, Hogan, 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 Hogan.
Jesus.
TNA, you suck at this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
this
suck at
promo is kind of, and it leads into Garrett getting a call, and he starts selling it like, oh, Hogan's not going to be here. Oh, he's not showing up. And Bischoff's like, oh, see? What did I tell you? And Garrett's just like, well, Dad, when you're right, you're right. But when you're wrong, you're dead wrong, because he'll be here later tonight. Fuck this. Look at all
Yeah.
the fucks I give about this.
Not much, and of course, this is the kind of thing that they're highlighting and the one that's getting them the ratings,
The
according
whole
to Eric Bischoff.
the whole point of this is it's Eric Bischoff basically saying like, oh, I can get anyone over just the fact that I'm an ass. Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
TNA will be dead soon, and your son will be forgotten.
debt nepotism. From there, we get we get a video package of one Mark Haskins. You might remember him at Destination X. Was it Destination X? Where
I don't think it was actually he was actually on Destination X. He was in that tournament, though.
no, I think he actually he worked a match on a
Yeah,
pay per view.
he
I
did.
think.
He did.
Yeah,
I
I think he did.
kind of remember that. He's the guy who looks like John Morris.
Yeah, he basically.
Yeah, he was riffing off John Morrison's gimmick during that, but he didn't do that tonight though.
Oh yeah, you might remember him from the match where he tried to get on the top rope for his shooting star press and he tripped.
We get part 2 of that in a bit.
Yeah, we get he's making a very slow progress of pulling off that shooting star. First he trips on the top rope, then he lands on his fucking head. But we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
minute.
So it's Mark Haskins versus the X Division champion Austin Aries, and before the match begins, part of the hype for this match is that this is a guy. Haskins is a guy who's wrestled all around the world, and tonight we're at his house, and he's on a level that Austin Aries isn't ready for, and Aries makes him kind of makes him look like a bitch to start.
Yeah, and of course Mark Haskins doesn't even look like John Morrison anymore. He just looks like some vanilla BJ Whitmer-esque. Apologies to fans of BJ Whitmer, guy with a ponytail and some trunks with his last name on the back of it. Okay.
Yeah, this match was really nothing special.
He's become Jesse Sorensen. Yeah, it's basically like, I mean, fair enough. Like you have a couple clever spots, like you in the midst of it, like you have Haskins hanging on the ropes and then he skins the cat. Aries tries to do that in kind and show how much better he is, and Haskins just knocks him loose. You basically Aries' usual spots like the pendulum DDT, pendulum elbow. So I'm not sure if he did the suicide dive this time, but it was like any other kind of like hopeful competitor to his title. They're really keeping it on him because he's been wearing the belt fairly well.
Yeah, so
But
we get to the end of the match, and Haskins hits an ace. He basically hits an RKO. It's the ace crusher, but he basically hits an RKO. He goes up to go hit the shooting star press, and Aries moves, and Haskins damn near kills himself.
He
and
Brock Lesnar did. He Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar did from WrestleMania 19.
yeah,
Because he lands on his head, and fucking Austin Aries decides to make it worse. I'm going to pick him up and give him a freaking brain buster, then put him in a neck lock.
Oh no, he kicked him in the head first. Then he picked him up and did the brain buster, and then puts him in his submission hold.
Oh.
And Haskins,
last chancery, as it's called.
yeah, he taps. It's like,
Dude, you trying to kill him?
Jesus. Then we get 10,420.
No.
replays of the-
They played it not once, not twice, not thrice, not thrice, but 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. Apologies to
If I could be the devil's advocate / buzzkill, the more I saw that replay, the more it actually looked like he kind of just smoothly made like a sort of worked faceplant.
No.
I'm serious.
He's still landing on his face,
And
trying to do a shooting star press.
and his neck is taking the pressure of his entire body weight.
It really didn't look that harmful. Like when I looked at it more often. The first time I saw it, like I said before, it looked fucked up, but like I contradict what I say. I mean, you never know. If there are like any rumors or reports, though, I doubt we'd get many a lot of dirt sheet reports on UK wrestlers. Unfortunately, there are a lot of good ones, but who But yeah, this didn't look good. But
Yeah.
the more I saw it, the more it looked fairly normal.
Whatever. Anyways, following that nonsense, we have Eric Bischoff backstage, and he's trying to call a cab, and Sting just comes up behind him and says, "No," and hangs up his phone for him. He's like, "You're going to stick around tonight."
Hmm.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Fuck this. Here's a match we really should care about, but we don't because, you know. Anyways, it's Robert Roode versus James Storm, and it's not a bad match, but it just didn't interest me at all. Like,
Yeah,
there was nothing for me to get excited about on this show.
there was an interesting spot early on where James Storm just goes straight for the last call, and Rude kind of slides to the outside, almost wondering if like they could possibly echo that match he had with Kurt Angle, but no, they're not gonna make someone else look stupid. And of course, Rude is a lot more sensitive for someone to do that to than Kurt Angle, but yeah, I can't really say that this, considering the participants involved, I can't really say that this was that notable a match.
Hmm.
Especially since Rude wins with a spear.
Well,
Any
it,
other
it,
thoughts?
it really ends with interference from Bully Ray. And the interference really doesn't do anything. Like, he grabs Storm and tries to keep him from hitting the super kick, but he instantly lets go. And then he tries to go for the super kick, but then Rude just spears him. So what was the point of the interference?
Yeah, pretty much my point. He did win with a spear because like, oh wow, I'm gonna hold on to your ankle. That's
For
really
like
gonna
a
do a lot of
second
damage.
and not even really stop you.
Not gonna tell Rude to distract the ref while I hit your ankle with a pipe or anything. I'm just gonna hold on to your ankle and then let go. You're gonna get hit with a move that no one has ever put over as one of Rude's best in his repertoire. Because like in my opinion, I think commentators should put in general should put over finishes a lot more as just something they do very well. But I don't. But yeah, a spear and Bobby Roode wins, seemingly giving away the title match that they're gonna have it against all odds.
Well, it's a fatal four-way, so
Sans two people.
uh,
Yeah. So after the match, basically Bubba Ray hits a rock bottom onto they lay out the TNA title. Bubba Ray hits a rock bottom on Storm onto it, and then Sting runs out, and they run like hell.
Wait,
So
Jess, did you just say TV title?
I said TNA, maybe I said
Oh,
TV.
it all
Don't
blurs
care.
together. Who cares? Anyways, following that, we have a knockouts match, and it's actually a rather decent knockouts match. Gail Kim versus Tara.
Yeah,
It was actually pretty good.
I mean, they're very much refocusing their efforts on putting people in the ring that actually could go, as opposed to Velvet Sky. Apologies, I know she's trying, but she's not that good. Madison Rayne, who is never good in the ring, though I love her as a talker, and and Brooke Tessmacher, who nonetheless was starting to improve. Like they felt like making that falter, but
Then she went to work for Hooters.
yeah, and they're spent
Uh,
sponsoring it no less.
again,
but
she'll probably get paid better at Hooters.
yeah. Anyways, the match is pretty good, and it ends with Madison jumping in the ring, trying to hit Tara, but she hits Gail instead. Gail takes the Widow's Peak. 1, 2, 3. Tara wins.
Hmm.
Yes, that man, has that happened in a while? I mean, I know they were the Knockouts Tag Champions, but I don't really remember being on TV until they really lost the belts to Rain and Gail Kim.
No, they haven't really been doing anything with Tara lately.
Yeah, Tara got really fucked over. I think a lot of her, like, she was very hot in 2010, like just in terms of like, the way the crowd received her and like her general status, and like she got jerked around by that stupid motorcycle angle, the stupid lockbox like.
We could make an entire list of all the fuck-ups TNA has done, but hey, one already exists. And we're going to plug it right here. Go to this site and read everything that's wrong with this goddamn company.
But
Yeah.
nonetheless, Gail, who's been protected since she's left his kind of jobs, and might be a sign of things to come. We see Garrett Bischoff backstage, and then he basically comes to the ring after the commercial, thanks the fans. Um, he's very happy to be in the business, and he's just about to tell who his trainer is when Bischoff comes out with Gunner, the hired muscle, the token hired muscle, I guess.
And I almost didn't recognize Gunner because he was wearing like a business casual attire.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was wondering who the hell was in there with Bischoff at first, because I look over and I was like, okay, who the fuck is this guy? But I guess it shouldn't have been surprising, because who else is going to come out with Bischoff to get? Well, Hogan comes out, and actually before that, Eric's all, we've got eyes all over the backstage, and haven't, we don't know. Nobody's seen who your trainer is, so I don't know why you keep saying he's here. And immediately after he says this, here comes the fucking Orange Goblin himself. And it's just like, okay, how did you miss him? He's orange.
Like, I guess the ethic that or the thing that they're going for is Eric Bischoff knew Hogan was backstage, but he's like, no, that cannot be the case. He didn't just turn face and leave immortal and blah 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 blah. That can't be Hogan. He's here for a reason. What reason is that? I don't know, but it sure isn't to be my son's trainer.
So
You know what?
Logic.
Hogan, I can't believe this was actually possible, but Hogan looks to be in worse shape than he was at Bound for Glory.
Oh my
He
good
is
God! Like,
flabby.
I can't wait.
He's lost almost all of his muscle mass.
Dude, I'm rubbing my hands in excitement for when we get to that promo that he cuts, but nonetheless, it's clear that he has been training Garrett Bischoff, because what they proceed to do is trade turret punches to Gunner. They knock him between Hogan and Garrett, and that's all they're doing, turret punching.
It's
All
like
they're
a
doing.
game of Gunner Pong.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
This is
Hogan couldn't even tear his shirt properly.
yeah, he
And it
probably
was a
didn't
free
do
cut
it.
shirt.
He did.
It took him a full minute to do it.
But yeah, they bring Gunner down, and they turn to Eric about to proverbially rape him, and Gunner drags him back while Eric, concerned and shocked, goes, "I'm your father! What are you doing? I'm your father!" I want
You know, with Hogan, he might not just proverbially do it.
but yeah, there was actually two things I did notice. One, did anyone else notice that the hard camera was directly on the fucking ramp? So that,
Yeah.
because that was weird, because and this is where I finally noticed it. I was like, okay, what the hell?
Yeah, it was very disorienting. And I think the reason they did that was, I can't believe I'm saying this about a TNA show, to sell more seats.
Well, that actually does make sense. It's just, it was so surreal to, like, instead of usually seeing him coming in from a side, it was like they're coming in from the fucking camera, and it's like, well, okay then.
And another thing I noticed during this is that they brought the Dixietron with them, but they weren't using it. All it was displaying all night was the Impact Wrestling logo. No entrance videos, no footage of matches, just the logo. Then what is the point?
You know why? Because they maybe finally gave up, thank Christ, because the Pandatrons suck. There's never any match footage in their entrances. Just like a weird, like, maybe I don't know what kind of computer program you'd use, like something
It's
cheap.
basically it's basically photoshopped entrance videos more.
Yeah, you basically have the TNA wrestlers in black and white against blue flames.
Yeah, and then that's the Minitron that they added, which is pointless. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of cool, but we could go with some actual wrestling footage in the regular videos, please.
Yeah,
Never. This is TNA.
enough of the Pandatrons.
Well, next week when they're back in the Impact Zone, they're going to be using the Pandatron like normal.
Oh yeah, and before we get to the next segment, we must note Matt Morgan is in a new direct auto insurance commercial where he's in like a sort of like a light sage green business casual suit and slacks, and he's like, I go to direct auto because unlike other insurance companies, they know how to treat me right. And then they cut to like him in his wrestling gear kicking the ass of the leading brand, quote unquote, because they suck. I couldn't get over the fact that like that in one scene he's in casual attire and business casual attire, and another he's in wrestling gear. For some reason, it very much like it upset my balance.
What upset my balance? Matt Morgan trying to act.
Well, yeah, he does have that Harvey Firestein voice, so
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now, Chris, I think this is the moment you were waiting for.
yeah. Hulk Hogan and Garrett Bischoff proceed to cut a promo, except mostly Hogan because it's fucking Hulk Hogan, and even if this is one of your best friend's sons, and you're trying to put him over, Hogan has to be fucking front and center. But he cuts a '80s Macho Man promo, and I say that because it didn't make any fucking sense. No fucking sense whatsoever, and you could tell why if you because he was front and center, extreme close up. You could see just how bloodshot his eyes were.
Oh, and baggy too.
Ooh.
Oh my
Dude can
god,
barely open those things.
really scared to watch him. And don't you remember that after those London riots, Hulk Hogan was like talking about like he's like, oh, I would have loved to have gone there and like really taken out some of those mobs, some of those rioters. They would have if they had the Hulkamania,
Hulkamania would
that
have
would have
popped.
been stopped quickly. And he was like, you know, you British fans, it would be great to attack Eric Bischoff in a mob assault. You ravenous fans, I want I want to encourage you to like. I don't. It was funny, but at the same time, it was very pathetic.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Damn it, Hogan.
And what's sad? He's probably going to wrestle another match.
yes, and Garrett, he was like, Eric, I saw the look on your face when Garrett announced me as his trainer. It looked like someone walked over your grave.
Is Hogan gonna die in the ring?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like
Let's move out of that dark area.
yeah, let's not say another thing about it because I'm sure more stupid things are to come in the weeks to
they're still
follow.
in it. Yeah, they've still got another week or two of this crap. Give him time.
Yeah.
Plus,
But-
he was wrestling the house shows, so apparently he's trying. And
As I
unlike-
look at the time and notice how very quickly we're getting through this episode.
That's because there's really nothing of note in this episode.
Yeah,
It's a filler episode. The only noteworthy thing is Hulk Hogan's return, and we don't give a shit about Hulk Hogan anymore, so that's really nothing for us.
I really haven't given a shit about him since 2005, maybe.
I think it also has to do with the fact that they actually had a. I'll give them credit. They at least didn't have, like 2-minute squash matches. There was a good chunk of wrestling. It wasn't the best wrestling, but it was wrestling.
But once again, the title wasn't their focal point. It was Dickweed's son.
Yeah, they just don't know where their priorities lie. That's the problem.
But notwithstanding, the main event of this night was Bully Ray versus James Storm. James Storm with taped up ribs, because once again we're putting over how much Bobby Roode does the spear and how much of his move that is.
We'll also get
we've never done that.
bottom down to the title belt.
Well, yeah, but
The magic tape.
Also, a wrestler having to perform with taped ribs. What does that remind me of? Oh yeah, fucking Zack Ryder.
no, we'll see that And the problem with that, like, I mean, yeah, Zack Ryder, like they definitely they put over Zack Ryder's taped ribs in the sense that he was not able to compete. He just got his ass handed to him. It looked like he shouldn't have done that in the first place. They couldn't convince me that James Storm really had a rib injury. Like he wouldn't be in there if there's threats of the bandages coming off, which they did in the middle of the match. Because it's like, oh wow, look, now his ribs don't have any support. Wouldn't he just be on the floor, not able to move? I don't.
They don't know how bruised ribs work. The human body is not. Fuck it, I don't know how the human body works, but it doesn't work like that.
And the hilarity of all this is that like we're gonna talk about SmackDown tomorrow about how AJ has a neck brace and how that either might be a ploy or it looks kind of unconvincing, but this is a problem that TNA has most of the time.
Yeah, this is a problem that both of them have. Because just look at the WWE with fucking Orton. But we'll save it. We'll save it. So, main event, Storm versus Billy Ray, and okay, I just want to really quickly. Why did they just do this match first?
Because
And
we
then
got to
have
put over
Rude
Bully
versus-
Ray.
Why? Nobody cares about Bully Ray.
Clearly
I
they
like
do.
him.
They're wrong.
Shut up.
I'm indifferent to Bully Ray at this point. Just accept him. He's not going away.
Still, I
I'm
still
glad
think
about
you have
that.
to put in it's not that he's been bad. It's just that it feels like it should have been their fucking world champion in the main event. But whatever.
Anyways, eventually, Bobby Roode comes out, obviously to run an interference, but he's quickly interrupted by Sting, coming out with a cricket bat.
Yeah, a
That was a
black
little
cricket
clever.
bat. That was cute. I
Mm.
can I really gotta give him credit for that. And the fans did appreciate it as they did pretty much everything else in the night. But
They even kind of tried to do a Benny Hill spot.
oh really? Were they running around the ring and then
Yes, because Bobby Roode eventually gets in the ring to do shit, and then Sting gets in and it's like, oh, I'm gonna hit you with this bat, and they run around the ring and it's like, they don't actually play the music, but it was playing in my head.
yeah. Well, I mean that's TNA, I guess.
And then Storm just super kicks Bubba and gets the win, and that's how we end the night.
You know, I haven't really said much this episode, so why don't I sum up Impact for you guys?
Okay.
That's about right.
That was damn convincing.
Mm.
Well done. But yeah, and like I'm actually kind of cynical like about TNA sometimes because like I sometimes think that the more we hate on TNA, the more it makes us hate on the performers, which in my opinion they really don't deserve. But that's kind of what happens when the product just gets so marred with either the dullest shit or the most nonsensical crap.
Well, you look at people like Samoa Joe, who have just basically given up on this business and are kind of reserved into falling into mediocrity until whenever.
Until either they get motivated by either just something or WWE signing them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
His
like
contract
AJ
had
still
better
tries,
expire.
Kaz still tries, Daniel still tries. Bully Ray clearly does, but like it gets to a point where like the product in general sucks so much that you just kind of it just makes the performers look
Well,
bad by association.
I don't really want to say anyone was bad tonight, but there's just so much bad booking that went on. Like the stupid stipulation for the tag match, the random throwaway of James Storm versus Bobby Roode, which is something that should have been built up a lot better. The whole thing with the Storm's taped ribs at the end, the fact that they're starting to job out Gail Kim, and that all the focus is put on Hogan and Bischoff Jr. that just doesn't keep me interested in the product. So yeah, I try not to hate on the performers unless they deserve it.
Oh, well, that was TNA in the UK.
Well, they still have another show there next week, but
Oh,
they're
do
probably
they? That was
yeah
TNA in
they
the UK week 1.
Uh,
Uh,
I think they taped the 9th out there too. Who gets more what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal?
let's see. A black, an electrical taped up cricket bat gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
oh god damn it, you took mine.
Some guy landing flat on his frickin' face and damn near killing himself gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
I'm gonna say turret punching got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Ah, that was mine. I was gonna go. Matt Morgan in Corporate Casual gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Fair enough. That was
Yep.
TNA for the week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I guess that'll do it for this week. I'm sorry we didn't have much more to rant about, but listen to all the fucks we gave about this show.
Yeah, and
when they
then you'll be a lot. Believe me, our next episode will be a shitload more of an upper because WWE had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
I'm Christopher Says, Dark Matches, Mastodon, and the Monotone.
I'm Mega Fighter Free.
I'm the Lone Warrior, please let TNA do something stupid next week.
And for everyone here at DarkMatch, I am your Foxy friend Backlash. We will see you for WWE tomorrow night. Good night. Good luck.